Hi, everybody. Pen here with yogacises. I'm Natalie Farrell here today. Look at its
Hi.
background. It's beautiful out there. So yeah, she does a few things actually. Her sites are beautiful. She teaches yoga and she also has a store, yoga clothes, and it's really colorful, vibrant. I'm really excited for her to be on to talk about her yoga, her experience with yoga, and how she got involved with the shop and things like that. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for being on today.
It's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. I love how the distance, between us in the world, but how close the internet makes us as well. So that's
Right,
always
yeah,
always good.
social media just really bring people from all over the world together. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Definitely. Yeah, and also it's nice because I have customers now as well in America. It's starting
Wow, that's
to move.
awesome.
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with where you're from, where you're located.
Yeah. So I'm from England. I was born in a very small town called Crowborough, and some of my family never even left Crowborough. Very small, but I always wanted to go and be adventure the world, and so now actually based in Spain.
Mm.
So I moved between the UK and Spain, and the business itself is based in the UK.
Wow, that's amazing. Um, you you mentioned about eating disorder, and you started talking about why you incorporate a lot of colors
Yeah.
in your style. So tell
Mhm.
us more about that.
Yeah. So the colors. I was just thinking about it just before we started chatting. And when I was in a down place, which was kind of the mid 20s, I'm now just about to turn 39. Um, I just used to wear black all the time, and black was like the safest color. Black tracksuit bottoms and a black t-shirt to work. And then when I started coming out of what I would call my blue days and the depression, I realized that my wardrobe was changing. So I was starting to be more explorative with the clothes that I was wearing and colors, purple being quite a strong color. And just thinking about the chakra system, obviously within yoga and healing, the chakra system is seven. Well, there's a few more colors, but the main ones are seven colors. So, and it's like a rainbow, and that's where some of the motivation came for Yummy Yoga Girl. I think more on a psyche level, though, a psychic level. I didn't think about it like that until I was just thinking now. The chakra system is very important to us as yogis.
Really interesting how the colors can express like so many different things. There's so many meanings behind it and the reason behind it as well.
Yeah, totally and utterly. Yeah, I mean, I see you're wearing, I think it's a turquoise blue color, and blue is the throat, which is about communication. And today we're communicating, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sometimes I don't even think about. I don't decide until what I'm gonna wear until like the moment I have to head out the door. It's like really random for me.
Yeah. And I just noticed that more and more black was, it was leaving my wardrobe. I still have a few black pieces. So it's not obsolete. But when we began designing the color palette, the color palette was very pastel, very light colors. And I said to, I've been working with a designer in London, and I said to her, no black. That the range would never include black, and that's still true.
That's awesome. So well, I use all like a mixture of like same color, like solid colors or patterns. Like my yoga pants more like I got these just random selection of from a monthly subscription box. But
Yeah.
usually when it comes to shoes, I would just do black. I usually don't like to wear different color shoes.
Yeah. But I mean, the choice now of with active wear, I don't know whether they call it in America the athleisure wear. I mean, obviously there's a lot of choice. So one of the other aspects, you were just talking about the eating disorder that I recovered from 10 years ago, nearly now. Was that I wanted to encourage women to be bold and courageous with their choices. Like we said just at the beginning when we were meeting, that it's more than activewear. It is actually, your clothes say a lot about you. It says a lot about your mood. It says a lot about, how you want to communicate your message, your personality. And I decided that all the patterns would be very bold as well. They're all painted with water paint and then printed onto the materials. So they're very unique as well.
And the uniqueness a lot of people like. So that's
Yes.
an attractive feature.
Yeah, exactly. And, I suppose when I came out of, I was a singing teacher for 15 years previously to becoming a yoga teacher. And, as I said to you that, I was wearing clothes to go into an office practically. And then when I left that job, I just started wearing my colorful pants and it was just really, really fun, and that's obviously something that I wanted to also bring to our customers. And also I went through a phase of choosing the fabric, touching the fabric, making sure that that it was soft so that it was very comfortable. And that's one thing that our brand is really starting to get known for now, which is the comfort, but also the style, and it's fun and chic.
Yeah, the comfort is definitely important, and then the quality too. Is because we're yoga involves a lot of stretching, a lot of movement, and if you're not comfortable in it, then you're not gonna make your practice enjoyable.
Exactly. And also the other aspect is, that maybe there was one top that I designed so that it covers, it has a choice so you can actually cover your bottom. Because sometimes when people are going into yoga, for the first time, even just getting into the yoga studio can be, inhibiting for them, and they're facing that fear. So, that's why the clothes are, as I said, they're important, because it gives people confidence.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. The confidence part.
Yeah. So dressing for confidence is something that was definitely in the background of my mind while I was starting up the business.
All right, that brings up my question in terms of you mentioned patterns and designing. What helps you with your creativity? Like what do you like, maybe meditation or breathing or asana specifically? Like what helps you to get the designs that you want?
Yes. So it's really the places in the world that I went traveling for a couple of years. So very inspired by the places in the world. And then I work with a designer who listens to me, and then she creates the patterns. So we choose the pattern according to where I've been in the world, basically. So the Nosara is named after a place that I visited in Costa Rica. So the pattern is beautiful hummingbirds and tropical trees.
Oh,
Yeah.
never even thought of that. That's a really creative idea.
And all the names, Santa. So that we have a T-shirt that's a slouch T-shirt. We're nearly actually sold out of that one now. That was in our first collection. And that's called Barbara, after Santa Barbara, which is where I did my yoga teacher training.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like there's a story behind each design. That's amazing.
Yeah, there's a story behind each piece of clothing. And obviously I'm behind each piece of clothing as well. And as the brand develops and opportunities to talk with you and also talking with my clients as well, and how much they enjoy wearing the product is very gratifying.
How did you come up with a name, Yummy Yoga?
So I was sitting in a restaurant in London Bridge with my boyfriend. We started writing a few words down that I use all the time on a napkin, and yummy being one of them. So it's a yummy life. This food is yummy, yummy drink, yummy smoothie, yummy matcha tea. You know, I use that word a lot. And then yoga girl, because I just started my yoga journey, and that felt like the right 2 words to put with yummy.
I
and
love
also,
it.
oh, thank you, Pan. And also, you know, again, there's another, I suppose, with hindsight, I want women to connect more with their inner child, more into the essence of what they are inside. So that's more, it's giving me goosebumps saying it, that's more the spiritual aspect. And then I use hashtags to represent each of the personalities of the clothes. So we have sporty yoga girl, nourish yoga girl. So I use those words to help my client to connect with what product might be right for them.
That's awesome. I love it, love it, love
it. Thank you.
So you mentioned when you came up with this that you were doing your teacher training. So what teacher training did you get into? And
yeah, the teacher training I did was vinyasa yoga, and another funny story kind of tells you a little bit about how I process. I decided that I wanted to do teacher training. I'd done one yoga retreat. I'd been doing a little bit of yoga, but I was a singer and I wanted to develop more the aspect of the stillness that yoga offered, the breathing, so the pranayama. And I went into Google and I searched yoga teacher training in Santa Barbara. I'd always fancied going to Santa Barbara. It was the first one that came up, and then I went in and read, and I just felt very kind of connected with it's called the White Lotus, and it's a foundation, and the teachers were Gunga and Tracy White, so it was a partner, wife and husband. And yeah, just I'm sure when you think back also to your teacher training, you go through many ups and downs, waves of a process, and the learning and the unveiling of your fears and why you're there. There's many reasons to do the training, and it was set in Shinamic, I don't know whether I'm saying that right, land, so Shumas land, so native Indian land. So it was very, the land was almost alive. It was very magical. And we stayed in yurts. So I did a 2-week immersion. So I never left the land for those 2 weeks. I really immersed myself in the whole experience. And when I came out, I had another 30 hours of my training to do. And this was when the ideas started coming up for the business as well.
This made me realize how much I have not seen yet. It's like everybody's talking about all these places. I was like, oh, what? I'm missing out on so much.
Oh, and you know, I suppose the guts it takes for me to have flown over to LA. I remember landing in LA and I was nervous whether I was going to get on the right bus to Santa Barbara, but I kept seeing the buses go past for Disneyland. And, you know, felt surreal. I think when you've seen another country, you know, on the screen, and, you know, obviously America is in the films a lot, you know, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. It was very exciting. Yeah, go and visit some more places.
Yes, that's one of my goals. Gotta travel and just be out there, do retreats and just meet people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's very important. I think as a yoga teacher as well, you know, it's something that, especially building the business, like an online business as well, that feeds into our into the business model for sure. Retreats and different
Yeah.
countries. Yeah.
You're just, you're so happy and you have that really, glowing and positive energy. And it's really hard, like just by looking at you, you've experienced, you really can tell that you've experienced depression and eating disorder. So is what helped you get out of that?
Myself. Yeah, and the realization, you know, when I was in my teaching job, I loved it. I loved helping my students, and I got a thrill, but I felt very stuck. And there was a script. You know, the best way to describe it was like a script that continually played in my head. And that script was like a broken record, same thing every day. The food aspect of it was like a control. It did get, it was up and down. It wasn't always there, but at the moments of stress and anxiety, I suffered from panic attacks as well. I would control it through not eating, because then I felt safe. And yeah, just one day, actually, I remember my sister giving me a book, and we had, our father suffered then very badly from alcoholism. And when I read the first paragraph, I realized that I was also addicted. I was addicted to the way I was controlling my food. It's a big subject. That's why I wrote you the email saying that, you know, it's a big subject to talk about. But I want to talk more about it. I want to help more people to overcome it, because you asked me, you know, what helped me, and it really was myself, and obviously my sister giving me that book, and then a big awakening, a big wake-up call to what did I want from life. And you know, I knew it was going to take a while to recover, but I found a food diary buddy. It was one of my friends that I worked with, and then I just started introducing foods in that I thought were bad for me. And I recovered slowly over a year, and I started talking about it and getting it out.
Thank you for sharing that.
It's a pleasure. As I said, I want to share more. There's so much I could say.
Okay, awesome. Do say it. I want to hear it. I'm sure there's a lot of listeners that are interested in this topic as well.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the aspect of actually, you know, first of all, announcing the issue, announcing the problem out loud is one of the biggest things, because as I said, it was very much inside of my head, and to bring it out of the throat chakra to actually speak it out was one of the biggest aspects. And then hence moving forward into a yoga coach role, a coaching role, so that I can inspire others to do the same thing. It's incredible. And the happiness, I think I've always smiled a lot. But the happiness was almost, it was my singing teacher at the time, and I'm just writing a blog about this actually. I've gone back and found all of my notes from my time with him. Again, it was 10 years ago. Some really profound stuff within these notes. My teacher used to take 2 months off every year and study Sanskrit. So he would teach me, when I came back, these Sanskrit words, and I was like, I love this. I absolutely love this. That's was the first time that I had learned Sanskrit sayings, and I wasn't into yoga at all then. And he described me in one way. He drew a television screen, and he said that was Natalie number one, and the smile was just a cover up. But then that too, what lay underneath was the autonomic side of me, the real side of me that was waiting to come out. And that's what I help people now in the coaching aspect of my business as well. And obviously through the clothes.
So what are the things that you did to help you to open up more, to talk about it, and to get transition out of it?
Yeah, the transition. Well, the food diary was the first thing. The second thing was telling my friends, even if they knew, because at my skinniest I was 7.5 stone. I'm 5'3". I'm small, but I looked very emaciated, you know. And then I started to practice yoga, and reading, a lot of reading. I worked with a book called I think the author is, I can't remember. Oh, isn't that crazy? I'll have to hope that it comes through or message you. Something like The Power of Magic. And this book, it just really helped me to understand that a lot of my language, a lot of my learnings were negative. So I needed to change them to positive. And it was later on that I started meditating and using affirmations, because in a yogic sense, that's what the affirmations are. Jill Edwards, that's it. The author is Jill Edwards. And the book title may come to me.
Awesome. So affirmations, what affirmations did you use, and what are some of your favorites?
Yeah, some of my favorite affirmations are the simple ones, really. Like, I am courageous, I am beautiful, I am present. I think the association to the I am is very important when you are stuck in the negative chatter, because it wakes the body up to, or the conscious mind, and the unconscious mind can then become connected. So you can snap out of being devoted to the bad stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I really like those. There's so many. What's your favorite? Have you got a favorite affirmation?
I do a lot of I ams too.
Yeah.
I do focus on the chakras. Like,
Yeah.
if I am grounded, I will start with, like, I am grounded, I am present, I am confident,
Yeah.
I am positive, I am happy,
Yeah.
I am healthy.
Yeah, I'm healthy is a good one. And I am powerful is something that I use when I'm coming into, maybe I need to make a change with the business. And a lot of the business, you know, I'm self-employed, so a lot of the challenges, you know, some of them mean I have to take leaps of faith. And so I like that one as well. I am powerful. I love Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Yeah, so I use quite a few of his quotes on my new website as well, actually. Yeah.
I just downloaded the audio book. I just haven't listened to it yet. That's my next.
I think it's a work in progress for me. It's a lifelong education, because when I first started listening to it, I wasn't as far. How do I explain it? I wasn't as connected with my own understanding of who I am. So some of even the terminology I understand much better now, and the messaging. Yeah.
Great. I'm thinking for the people that are, like, trying to get out of the situation, or in the process of getting out of the situation, at the beginning saying I am positives is going to be difficult, but you still
Yeah.
have to be consistent and just continue to repeat it. Even if you don't believe it, just constantly repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, you'll see it happening.
Yeah, of course. And the images that we keep in our brains, in our minds, then will slowly start to change. And I think this is a really important point, because on my live, sometimes I say, you know, even if you don't believe it yet, it will, you know, it will come true. This is manifestation. Yeah, this is manifestation. And you know, manifestation again is a journey. It's a process. It's a
It is.
fun one and it's a frustrating one, but these two aspects, you know, they, in life, we have the good, we have bad, so we have good and bad, we have polar opposites to remind us of where that equilibrium is within the center space, which is balance, which again is an aspect that so many people are looking for within their life.
Yeah, it's really hard to find the balance sometimes with, you know, external like influences and unexpected things happen.
Exactly. And external influencing is it's fascinating actually, because this comes to judgment, and you know, one of the 8 limbs of the yoga being, you know, practicing non-judgment, and that's something again that was in my recovery process, that I had to even learn. When somebody said, you know, you look great today, I had to learn just to say thank you, and not all that other stuff. Well, you know, this is, you know, and you just make excuses. And it's having that really strong thank you, and learning to say no is another really important thing. These are lessons that we all need to learn. Say no to the things that are obviously no longer good for you, and saying yes to the things that are, or the people and relationships and all aspects.
Speaking of saying no, it can be challenging sometimes. Like for me,
Mm.
I'm probably better at saying no than I used to be. It used to be really difficult just to say no to people. It's like I want to, you know, I feel bad for saying no, but then I'm like, I have to say no sometimes. You can't just do
Yeah.
everything for everybody.
Exactly, but I think you were just about to say, you know, you want to please people, and if there's lots of yoga teachers watching this, you know, we are people pleasers. You know, we're here, you know, as either light workers or healers, you know, to help people. So yeah, but you have to learn what is. There's a book that I read by, I hope I say his name right, Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he talks about the circle of influence. And it's very important to, you know, to have what's right for you within your circle of influence. Because otherwise we hit burnout, we hit rundown. You know, you're a mum. I'm not yet a mum, and you know, there's so many different aspects within the life, and the modern day yogini, you know, that needs to be addressed so that you can live your perfect life, and that is part again of the Yummy Yoga Girl ethos, bringing it back in. Because everything is, it's not always yummy, you know, but you want to make it, I want you to make my life yummy.
Yeah, center around that, and it'll help. It'll make the non yummy part more yummy. You know what I mean? Like your yummy yoga girl is like pulling. You know what I mean, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And again, that's attraction, you know, it's manifestation. But the one fascinating thing is about being able to listen. I talk about this a lot, listening in. What is the heart saying that is right for you, and what, you know, what isn't. And you know, I'm so passionate about this, and it feels so exciting to be having this chat today, and you know, vocalizing it.
Yeah, passion. It definitely makes a big difference. Like really can see because it's energy. You know, you can feel when somebody's passionate about something.
Yeah, and fascinating too. You know, like we said, we're miles apart from each other, but you can feel my energy. You know, you sense my energy, and you know, that's something that I've had to definitely in the last 6 months or year, you know, really feel comfortable in my own skin with around that energy aspect, because you know I am an energy healer, and it's taken me kind of a year really to be able to say that out loud and proud through social media. And again, relating to what you were just saying, I need to say this because there are people out there that need to hear it. You
Speaking
know,
of energy, sorry. Speaking of energy healing, I'm having problems like 'cause I'm almost like I feel like I'm almost very empathetic. Like I can feel people's energy, and but my
Mhm.
problem is I kind of sense it, especially I'm impacted by negativity a lot. Like when negative, you know,
Yeah,
energy around me, I feel it, and then I'm end up having difficulty kind of getting it out of my system. You know, it impacts
yeah,
me more than needed to be. Then how do I deal with that?
yeah. How do you deal with that? Well, there's a few things that are coming to mind. First of all, recognizing where who or what situation, what environment that negativity is affecting you, and then realizing how you want it to be different. If it's obviously a person, then this brings up a new challenge because you need to address it. But it may be one change that you could make for yourself, or the person listening can make in the way that you react to that situation or person. And then this morning, actually, I had a Reiki session with a friend of mine. So Reiki is energy healing, and you use the chakra system as well. And she gave me a smudge stick. So I smudged the house today. So it's like incense, and that's the first time I've ever done that. And it's good. It smells beautiful as well. If you're sensitive to the energy and you're picking up on it more, you can rid of it in your own house. Studio and environment is important if you have clients coming in to clear the space as well. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, you were breaking a little bit. It was difficult to hear you, but I think I got most of it.
Oh, good.
Did you mention a specific name of the study that you were doing, like the exact herb, or I don't know if they're herb?
The herb, yeah, it's a herb. No, I don't know the name of it, but it's come from South America. I can find the name. I'll send it to you on Facebook so you can mention it.
Yeah, I'll put that in the description. I know that sage is a good one to get rid of
Yeah,
the detox.
yeah, and I use a lot of I love incense sticks, but in the last couple of years, I think as I'm becoming more sensitive and more in tune with my intuition, that I'm using smell a lot more. So I use incense, and I use essential oils. Yeah, they have really strong healing properties, good ones. I
They
use
do.
doTERRA actually, which is an American company.
Oh, me
Um,
too.
yeah,
That's
and also in England, I use Neal's Yard. Give them a little shout out as well. They're very, very good. I love that Yeah, Neal's Yard. I love that company as well because it's a small company that has grown. Their ethos is amazing. They're very transparent with you know how they talk to their consumer, and I love this as well, which is again obviously part of what we do at Yummy Yoga Girl as well. So yeah.
I actually diffuse that at work, and the kids love it. Like the diffuser, you know, the doTERRA diffuser has like different colors. They're like, "Oh, I want to pick a color. I want to pick a color." So they get to choose a color, and they enjoy the smell. And it's like
Yeah,
psychologically
exactly.
helping them. You know, the strong. There's like this the kiss blend. Like there's strong, and there's motivate. There's like all these ones that if you tell them what they're for, after they use it, they're like, oh, I am strong now. So it's really cute.
Yeah, again, it kind of, I love it because it's linking back into what we were talking about, the affirmations. And, you know, children are extremely sensitive. They're incredible beings, you know, and they have a lot to teach us for sure.
That's true. Yeah, I know it's really common, Reiki in the yoga world, and essential oils, using those.
Yes, and so aromatherapy, reflexology, you know, kind of going back to my recovery from the bulimia and the depression, I went and tried different healing aspects, you know, and processes. I absolutely love reflexology. I really like Reiki. And I did also emotional freedom technique, which is a tapping process. That one's really popular as well in the yoga world. Yeah, it's just finding what's right for the individual, right for you, so that you can you know, release energy. I see, you know, it's like a layer. They kind of explain it as the onion. You know, you peel one layer and then you know, to get to the core, it's a peeling, you know, and you use all of your senses to help that to happen. So smell is important.
It is definitely important. It opens up the other senses as well.
Yeah, and brings back memories, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a beautiful post from a friend of mine on Instagram today, and she said, if we don't talk anymore, send me a song, because music holds memories. And I just thought that was beautiful. And sometimes we're stronger in one way. We're very visual. Most people, you know, generalizing, but most people, you know, are led by their vision and the visual aspect of our senses. So I definitely through yoga, building up my other senses, and the kinesthesia being, you know, touching, and also that intuitiveness, which again I'm extremely passionate about. It's exciting.
That's so true. I feel like
It's exciting.
Yoga teachers are very intuitive, especially the more you practice, the more you become intuitive. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you become very more still and more peaceful. Yeah.
You mentioned the emotional freedom that caught my attention. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, emotional freedom technique is a process that I went through. I'm not a trainer, but there are different areas within the body that are attached to the. Someone might know more about this than me, but attached to the nervous system and our psyche system. And by tapping, you start to release. Again, I think learnings of the mind from the past, you know, things that need to be let go of. I actually did it more around my panic attacks, because there was a trigger for the panic attacks, you see. So I knew what that trigger was, and I could get healing on that. Yeah, I don't know so much about it because I was obviously the what's the word I'm looking for? I was being treated from the emotional freedom technique, but it's fascinating.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's got another name as well, but it's emotional freedom technique. I'm just checking. I got 9% battery, so I'm just letting you know that.
All right. Let's. Oh, I could talk to you forever.
Yay! We're gonna talk again, right?
Yeah. Let me. Can I invite you back and we can talk more about it?
Yeah, I'd love to talk more about it. Yeah, it'd be really, really nice to talk more.
Awesome.
Definitely.
And
I can still talk for a little bit, but
oh, okay. I do want to mention, since yoga, yummy girl, yoga.
Yeah. Yummy Yoga Girl.
No, yummyyogagirl.com is her website for her clothes. And if you
Yeah.
mention yogacises, you get 15% off your purchase. So definitely check it out. I'm definitely going to be purchasing. And like, those are some beautiful designs, I have to admit. They're really
Thank
nice.
you. And the new collection is coming out in September. And we're just working, it's called going to be called the Natural Collection. So we're working with bamboo and we're working with cotton, organic cotton. So yeah, I'm going to be very excited to show you that as well. And we ship worldwide. We have in England you have to spend £50. In America you have to spend £100, but once you've spent that we ship to you free. So so that might be interesting for your listeners to know as well.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. I can't wait for the new collections to come out.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, bamboo, cotton. Yeah. So, and the items are all, they all correspond. So it's called capsule wardrobe. So one of the yoga bras that we're bringing out, the new yoga bra, goes with the legging that we produced in our, in our first collection. We're obviously a very small brand, so we make small collections, and once they're finished, that's it. That pattern won't be made again. So that's nice as well. But yeah, use the yoga sizes. It's yogacises 15.
Oh,
That's the discount code.
All
yeah,
right. Sorry.
yogacises 15.
All right, great.
Yeah,
I'll definitely
and they
write
pop
that
it
in the description. I'm sorry.
Yay! Amazing.
All right. So I'll let you.
Hello.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. 1 second. One minute.